Those are serious burns. I don't know if I can do anything for you. Arms look really bad. I need to disinfect your wounds.
Hey there. Is the microphone working all well?
I'm no doctor, but I'll do what I can.
Well, at the moment, I'm playing Heavy Rain. It's about some story. It's about a story about how the guy that's on the bed, his name's Ethan, and his son dies. Yeah, bro, this is what it's like. What pretty much what it is like, because he's an origami killer, and all he does is he kills only boys, and kids aged between 9 and 13. And what happened was that the guy on the bed, his name's Ethan. His son died by the origami killer, but it made out like it was an accident. So him and his wife broke up, and he's helping by himself. Him and Madison, that chick that's on the bed, finding out who's the origami killer. And there's 3 stories, and they all entwine with one. So 1 minute you could be Ethan, next minute you could be Madison, next part you could be this private detective, and then an FBI agent, and all collaborates together. And it's more of like a choose your own story situation, because like if you pick one thing, it could affect the story later on down the track. You know, like it just goes, just bounce there and there. So it's like you got to choose wisely, and you got to be like, it's got quick time actions as well. So yeah, I've just got another what's it called, clue from the origami killer to get my son back, because he's kidnapped the other son. So he's got to do all these trials, because on these origamis it has little steps that tell him that, you do this to get that, do that to get that, all that. Blah, blah, blah. Give him antibiotics to get rid of the infection. Okay, I think there's enough medicine for him. Alright, let's just put some of this on. Oh, this is gonna hurt. So with this one, you gotta be really slowly with it, because of the little edges. Oh shit! Oh.
Sorry, I'll take it easy. That should ease the pain.
Like, if you've got any questions about this game, just feel free to leave a comment. That's the best of abilities.
Ah, crap. That's disinfectant. Not terribly good for burns. Your wounds are disinfected.
What a good bitch.
That's all I can do. How do you feel? Ethan? He's unconscious. Now I'll just have to wait. And hope he wakes up.
Tell you what, this cun's been through a lot of shit, eh? Gotta give him credit for it. When you're waiting for Monster Hunter to get out. Waiting.
How do you feel?
I've been better. Was I out for long?
About 3 hours.
Why the Guardian Angel act? You don't even know me.
When I was a child, I was always the one who used to fix my brothers up when they'd been fighting with the other kids on the block. I suppose I like to play the Guardian Angel.
You said you were here because you're an insomniac?
I've been going through a bit of a tough patch the last few months. It's the kind of stuff you prefer to forget. I do what I can to live with it, but, it's not easy. That's the second time I found you in a bad way. You always seem to be running for your life. What's happening, Ethan? I'm sorry. I shouldn't be asking you questions. I mean, after all, we hardly know each other. You have no reason to trust me.
Listen, I'm truly grateful for your help, but for your own sake, I think it's better if you don't ask any questions.
Maybe I could help you.
No one can help me. You've already done a lot, Madison.
But the graphics are pretty good. It took me ages to download,
Right.
but it's still pretty good graphics.
I'm gonna go.
Be gone,
care.
thought. Be gone. Alright, so now what happens is that he goes to this little bench, in that box in there, these origami, and they have numbers from 1 to 5, I think, and he's got all these challenges to do. So, are you prepared to make the sacrifice for your son? 9711 Marble Street. So pretty much, so he gets he's got a tape recorder, like a little phone, and he's got this little tape things he puts in, and it's got footage of his son. Then it comes up with like these clues
got nothing to do with that business.
of coming
I never
to where
killed
this
nobody.
address where his
Then why
son
did
is
you
to
run
go
away
and
when
save
they came
him.
to question you?
So each time he does it,
I
he
already
gets
told
little
you. I forgot to report
question
to my
answer
parole
to it.
officer. I didn't want to go back to prison. When I saw the cops, I just bolted. I wasn't thinking straight.
We checked out his statement. He has an alibi for at least 3 of the murders.
Fuck, that bastard was a perfect fit. Shit!
Ash? Okay. Sean Moss's mother is here. She'd like to speak with you.
It was a few months back, the middle of the night. It was pouring down. Ethan came home completely drenched at about 3. I asked him where he'd been. He spoke about drowning, the rain. He didn't make any sense. There was something in his eyes. As if it wasn't really him. There may be no connection, but the next day there was that announcement about another victim of the origami killer. Find my son. I'm begging you.
I'm Police Lieutenant Carter Blake, and this is Agent Norman Jaden of the FBI. According to our information, Ethan Mars is one of your patients. We'd like to ask you a few questions about him.
I'm sorry, that's impossible.
I beg your pardon?
I'm bound by an oath of secrecy. Under no circumstances may I discuss my patients.
My job is to find Sean Mars alive, and I don't give a damn about any bullshit oath.
It's your duty to inform the police if you suspect one of your patients, Doctor.
I'm sorry, I can't help you. And now I must ask you to leave.
You need to cooperate, for your own sake.
I know you don't want to protect a murderer. If you know anything, you must tell us, Doctor.
Are you threatening me?
I'm just giving you some free advice, Doc. I suggest you take it.
Blake, that's enough. Let's get out of here.
I am going to call the police and make a complaint about your behavior.
Doctor, you are really pushing my buttons. The only thing I'm interested in is saving that kid's life. So, you're gonna be a good boy and tell me what I want to know, or I am really gonna lose my temper.
Blake, stop that! Immediately!
Let go of me. You have no right.
Come on, Doc. There's an easy way and a hard way. It's your fucking choice.
If you don't let go of this man immediately, I'll report you and you'll be off the case.
What the hell's the matter with you, Norman? Were you getting cold feet? You don't want to save Sean Mars anymore?
I want to save Sean Mars just as much as you do, but that doesn't give me all rights. So you're gonna stop this shit right now.
Ethan Mars has had psychological problems since his first son died. Feels responsible for his death. A sort of morbid neurosis. He is haunted by visions of drowning bodies. A few weeks ago, after one of our usual sessions, I found this on the floor. It must have fallen out of his pocket.
Oh, God. So Ethan, but I don't know, cause no, it can't be him, cause he is saving his son though, so from the origami killer, so it can't be him. Oh, that is honestly fucked up. Should have seen it from the start. It was crazy.
Ash, I want you to assign every available man to finding Ethan Mars. I want a man outside his place day and night. Notify all agencies to start looking for him. I want you to keep an eye on the train stations, the airports, the bus terminals. I want every cop in the city on his ass, so that if he moves, we know about it. Yes, Ethan Mars is the origami killer.
See, this is another detective here. He's more of like a private detective in this sort of way.
Nice shot.
Thank you. Please come in, Mr. Shelby. Would you care for a coffee?
Oh, no thanks.
Do you play?
I tried once, but I think the owner of the course is still looking for me.
Nah,
It's
no,
an
that's not
interesting
the
sport.
doctor at the
It
moment.
requires strength, but also
Doctor,
a cool
he's
head and
still back at his
absolute
place,
precision.
but this guy is,
Would you care to hit a few balls with me?
oh,
No danger of damaging the greens.
something, he's,
Okay.
some rich
Take off your
tycoon,
jacket. Grab a club.
and because his son admit that he was the origami killer, so he can't do anything about it because he's only a private detective. He's not exactly like a police officer or anything. But it's just weird. It's just weird how
The balls are in
his
that
son said that he's the origami killer. It's weird. Oh god, it's golf. Don't play golf.
The most important thing is to grip the club correctly. When you feel ready, you swing.
So it's got quick time events.
Well, it's only your first ball. You should try to strike it a little harder next time.
Oh,
I'm assuming you didn't invite me here just to play golf, Mr. Kramer.
I hear you've been asking questions about my son.
That's right. I want to know if Gordy is linked to the origami killer case in any way.
I might finish this game within a day.
My son had nothing to do with that sordid case.
Well, then he has nothing to fear from my investigation.
You have no business investigating my son. I told you, he had nothing to do with it.
With all due respect, Mr. Kramer, it's up to me to decide who I want to investigate.
I'm leaning towards Ethan. I think Ethan might. No, this guy looks pretty shady. Because Ethan's trying to save his son
I'm an influential
from the
man,
origami killer.
and I pay very well for loyalty.
Yeah,
Well,
but
you're
as I
trying to buy
said,
me.
you know, if you got any questions, just
Let's just say I'm trying to show you where your interest lies.
to my best ability.
How much do you want to leave my son alone?
I think you misunderstood me. I don't play that game.
Don't go near my son, Mr. Shelby. If you do, you'll regret it.
Have a nice day, Mr. Kramer.